Hello my friends, my name is Ryan Freeman. Welcome to another video about the exciting and sometimes dull job of teaching English at a public school in Taiwan. Now, I could go ahead and list off all of the amazing advantages that you will have as a public school foreign English teacher in Taiwan. And sometimes those advantages come with a catch to it. So let me explain. All right, so right now I have no classes. I haven't had classes yesterday nor the day before because these are the midterm exams. Every semester you will have two periods, the midterms and the finals, where you will have about 2.5 days. If you're doing junior high, it might be 2 days. If you're teaching high school, it might be 3 days. I teach junior and senior high school, so I have about 2.5 days of no classes. So this is a great advantage. You have all of a sudden this immense amount of free time, which you can do lesson planning. I mean, that would be great. If you really need to plan for the weeks ahead, go ahead and do that. That's an excellent thing you can do. But if you're like me and you don't really need to do many lesson plans, then you just have a lot of time on your hands. Now, for some people, you just want to chill out, veg out, and gossip in the office, and that's something I like to do, but I can only do it so long before I start losing my sanity. I do have computer games installed on my computer. I play it for a little bit, but I still need to fill up my time. If you work at a senior high school, they will probably have a gym where you can work out. Now, I work at a senior high school that is noted for their weightlifting teams. So we have multiple gyms, and there's a small little gym that I can use. And so I will go over there and spend some time, usually once or twice a week, and lift weights, do pull-ups, do push-ups, etc. There's always going to be a track at the playground, like a track and field area where you could run laps. I do that sometimes. My school is situated right next to an extensive hiking trail along Monkey Mountain, many different trails. I sometimes take off and go hiking. But for me, one of the most productive things is to make videos for YouTube. So that's why I'm making this video right now, because I have all this free time. So this is an advantage that comes with a catch. You will have days of no classes each semester. And what are you going to do with that time? Now, everyone is different, you know. Maybe you like to color, maybe you like to write, you know, maybe you're working on your doctorate's thesis. So fill up your time is what I'm trying to say. I think that one of the great things about this job is it gives you enough free time. Even on non-exam weeks, you'll still have a lot of free time in the office. Assuming that you're an efficient lesson planner and your classes aren't too demanding, you'll have a lot of free time to work on your hobbies and interests or just snooze around. Now, this brings me up to the second thing I wanted to talk about. And this is a tip for all current and prospective foreign English teachers in Taiwan, and that is nap time is something that happens at public schools here. Generally, it's right after lunch. Students will have a period of nap time. Maybe it's about 35 minutes, depends on the school. And teachers you'll see them put their heads down. Now, people in my office sometimes are busy during that time, and they'll put their heads down later on in the afternoon. As for myself, I do jujitsu at night, and sometimes I do come into the office a little tired, and if I don't have classes in the morning, I will lay down and try to rest. But I find that I get the best nap after lunch, after I've filled up. What I want to say is make your nap time wonderful. Bring in a pillow, bring in a blanket, and my recommendation, highest recommendation, is invest in a good chair. I will say when you first go to your school, scout out the lay of the land. At my last school, I was able to find these leather meeting chairs, put them together, and make a very nice and comfortable bed that I probably rubbed some people in my office the wrong way, but people got used to it. Now here at my new school, we don't have anything like that. So what I did was, after I had spent a few weeks at the school, is I ended up purchasing, with the help of someone in my office, from a website called Momo. You could probably just Google reclining office chair, and it could be Momo or Shopee or any of their main websites, and have them deliver you a chair that is very comfortable. I bought a chair that can recline almost 180 degrees. Not quite, but pretty darn close. It was a little over 3,000 Taiwanese dollars, so around 100 US, and it has been an amazing investment because not only does it allow me to actually sleep, and sometimes I'll actually wake myself up from snoring. That's a little embarrassing to tell you, but it's true. And I've had one of the office ladies laugh when she heard me snore, and I woke up suddenly. It is also, this chair is more comfortable sitting down than the chairs. Now, every school will offer you probably a slightly different chair when you arrive. Maybe you don't need to get a new chair. Maybe the one they give you is perfect. But for me, I think it is highly worth the investment. If you're going to be teaching at the school, and most contracts are at least 1 year. If you're going to be teaching at the school for 1 year, you're going to have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours sitting at that desk. Why not make it a comfortable chair? Why not make it a chair where you can lay down and sleep? Okay, last tip, and that will be that one thing that all current teachers know, but any of you prospective teachers out there should know, is that the Taiwanese have a different sense of punctuality than we are typically accustomed to in the West. So in America, when I was a substitute teacher, basically I had to be at school on time, and I had to be there for my classes on time and start class relatively on time, quiet the students down and get to teaching. Now here in Taiwan, what you will find is that classes generally don't start right on time. So if it is let's just say 9 o'clock class, generally the classes won't start until a few minutes after 9 o'clock. That's because if you look at a lot of even the local teachers, let's say their class starts at 9 o'clock, they generally do not leave their office until the bell rings at 9 o'clock. So the bell is not, now it could be that theoretically class is supposed to begin when the bell rings, but in reality what happens is when the bell rings, usually that's when the teachers leave their office to start walking to the classroom, and sometimes that walk can take 1 to 3 minutes or even longer because some of these campuses are very big, and then when you enter the class, the students are still milling around. They gotta eventually put their cell phones away, and so oftentimes classes don't really start on time. So just have that in the back of your head. Don't be a stickler for punctuality. I'm not trying to advise anyone to be late to class on purpose. I'm just trying to say is, if you do show up early to class or even exactly on time for class, students may, your co-teacher probably won't be there, and students may look at you in a confused manner if you try to get them to order, because class maybe officially has started, but unofficially it has not. Okay, so punctuality is different. Okay, so those are the 3 things. Find some productive or fun or relaxing uses of your time. Get a good chair, or find a good place where you can actually take a nap. Now, a lot of the local teachers will just put their head on their desk. If you're someone who can do that and get a good sleep without ruining your neck, go ahead. But I advise getting a really good chair that reclines. And punctuality, don't be such a stickler. We have to adjust to this culture, and I don't really find it's a very bad adjustment to show up a minute or 2 late, okay? Not saying that you should, but in reality, that's just how it is. Okay, thank you for watching this video. My name is Ryan Freeman. I'm gonna go back to my office where I have nothing to do. Bye-bye.